Hello everyone, I'm Hakes and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now I know I haven't posted in almost like a year. Really I don't know why, but I've decided since last night I'm going to start trying to make videos again. Yay. And for this video, we're going to be playing a mod I've never done on this channel. Most of the only mods I've done on this channel are like super small ones I made myself in like 10 minutes. So I've decided that the goal for this one is we're going to try to unify all of China as a League of 8 provinces. Alright, so first things first, when I said I was going to unite China with the League of 8 provinces, that wasn't completely accurate because basically this country collapses at the beginning of every single match. So what we're going to do is just start off, delete the army. We won't be able to get like anything built, so I guess for now I can just build in provinces I think I'm gonna get. I've done this path before. Well, I've played as this breakaway nation before, but I never really got far, and it has been a while. Research, I'm not gonna be researching anything because I won't get it. Buildings, I'm not gonna build anything else. I'm not gonna research anything. Not gonna do a focus. I basically just have to sit here for maybe 1 or 2 months until the entire country starts fighting and killing each other again. The collapse of the 8 provinces never takes long. It's only February, and already the first breakaway state, the Anhui province, is leaving us. I don't think I've ever played as them, mostly because their focus tree doesn't look too good. But, some countries in this mod, including a lot of the Chinese ones, the more you play, the larger it all gets. And, you'll be getting a lot of events, Black Monday, something everyone gets in this mod. But you'll be getting even more events about terrorism and stuff. Terrorism, separatists, while all trying to convince everyone that nothing is wrong, even though you always collapse before the end of February. So, like I said earlier, I deleted my army simply because I want this to go as fast as possible. I'm not going to give away my guns or anything though, because I may be able to get those when I force the League to surrender as one of the new breakaways. More riots, the Qing Empire has collapsed, and now the war has begun, and I get to play as the Left Kuomintang. These are like my favorite of the Chinese governments you can play. They're radical socialists. I forgot the ideology for a second. And I can't do anything political until I win the war, and it hasn't given me a focus tree yet. Select the army, yada yada. Do I have any good generals? I do. And so the very first goals you get is to like secure a few things, like this port's over here and everything else. But since the newly named Nanjing clique doesn't have any armies because someone got rid of them, I don't really have to worry about that. I can just walk in and take everything. Alright, the plans are set. I'm moving to secure a bunch of stuff over here. And I have my soldiers on aggressive. But you shouldn't be too excited to take everything, because even more people are going to break away. I forgot which one breaks away. Oh, the Li Gang clique and the Hunan clique and others will break away. So you're going to have to deal with them at a later date. But I wouldn't wait too long, because it is so painful to try to break through all these mountains with no supplies, since there's like no supplies or anything there besides people. So we're only like a day in, and already they just gave us our focus tree, and I don't know what this event's about. I've never read it. But you'll get a new focus tree that's just to help you win the war. It gives you things like war support, fortresses, soldiers, but again, I won't be using that much because this is going to be over pretty soon, but I can still get some bonuses from it. I probably won't, I may not even be able to complete one in time, but, you know, it's still better than nothing. This mod is one of the most expansive ones out there. So if you start playing, especially a country with a lot of content, be prepared to have so many of these events popping up. Probably, especially in the very beginning, you'll probably get like 10 in less than a minute. So if you like the story, you can read them, but I am not reading all of this. So if you want to know, that just gives you more of an excuse to download them all for yourself. Because if you haven't played it, then what are you doing? Like I said, there's going to be even more breakaways, so we can't take all of this. You do get an option to try to subjugate them, so I just hope that they agree to basically surrender themselves, even though I may not be that powerful for a while. So I just looked at the path guides. Usually in this mod, I go for like the craziest of crazies, especially when it comes to ideology. But this time, I'm just gonna go like social democrat, wholesome gameplay. So for I'm gonna get what's her name? Song Qing Ling, and have her become the leader of China. So I'm not gonna do anything that raises totalism. I'm just gonna go. Well, that. I'm gonna do the top one. No totalism in here. First peace deal of many. So because I did it like this, there wasn't much fighting. We did get a good amount of the war score, and we will be against the Anjing clique very soon. But in this deal, you probably won't be able to get anything you weren't directly holding. You can try to contest it for some provinces, like I'll do now. But if they take it, I mean, you'll be at war with them really soon, so it doesn't really matter. And like I said earlier, you're going to get a lot of events during China. So if you're going for a certain path, you may want to, you don't have to read the whole thing, just read the effects of it, or you'll probably end up doing Totalist Shanghai Shek or something. When going through this initial thing, I think I'm probably going to go down the center one first, just so I can get this rally the masses thing, which I can use to raise more soldiers. Because fun fact, for some reason, when you start the game as this country, you can't train any on your own. So you're playing against China. You have a lot of people you can use in the army, but you can't until you actually secure everything. Well, not everything, just everything right here, besides the legation cities. Because if you have to fight them, you will also have to fight Australia, Austria, Belgium, Germany, America, German Africa, and Japan. I don't know why German Africa and Belgium are trying to help defend these places, but who knows. And also, don't forget to start coring these places so you can get the manpower in the factories. Because you don't want to just be like, get so far in the game and then realize you're not getting any benefits, then you have to use so much political power, it just becomes a hassle. So as soon as these options come up, you should take them. Or you're going to probably be way too weak by the time the Japanese invade. Because it's Japan. Of course they're going to invade China. Well, even though this country we're playing is underdeveloped, has barely any soldiers, it looks like the rest of China isn't doing any better. That is why it should all belong to me so I can fix these things. That's the goal. Yup, it doesn't take long. It's only April, and Anjing clique is declaring war on us. So one thing you want to check for is, like you, they do not automatically start with all of this cord. So just check to see, and hopefully they aren't cord. Alright, so the surrounding provinces are cord, but it looks like the rest of them are just colonies, so you don't have to worry about them. So just focus all your soldiers on taking the stuff in these two states. You win, and you get to take all of this. So I just hope my normal infantry can pin them down while I go in and start just taking victory points and snaking like I've never snaked before. Another good thing about this, the rest of the Third International will be able to send you divisions and stuff as volunteers. And unless something like a counter revolution happens in Britain, they'll just continuously be giving you more soldiers to fight with. So conquering the easternmost provinces of China won't be too hard in the beginning. Wait, I may be able to trap all of these soldiers in a. As soon as I say it, well, either way, I still may be able to defeat this guy, encircle all these soldiers, then it's definitely would be over for them. That probably won't be able to happen, but I can still hope. And then only like a month later, just by finding where they had cores and where they didn't, I was able to sneak in and take everything. This war though won't have a peace deal. You'll just instantly just annex it all from them. Then you can start doing your political stuff. But here's a fair warning. Put your soldiers on the border with Shandong, because I'm like 95.9% sure that they'll be trying to invade us next. It may not happen all the time. It may not happen for a while. But I'm pretty sure it happens soon. But I'm not an expert on this. So, who knows? Alright, since we finally did the uprising, we can now actually start trying to build a functioning country. Even though a lot of the country currently doesn't seem to want to be a part of the country. That's something we're gonna have to fix. And us and a bunch of random farmers we gave guns to are gonna help us do that. So I just checked, and it looks like that, well, I don't have to wait for them to declare war on me. If I have 20 political power, I can attack them instead, and they have so little soldiers compared to me. So I just have to wait a few days, take the decision, and well, Shandong or whoever this guy is, he's not going to be around anymore. And that's one step closer to unifying the next world power. Since we're going for equality and trying to make the perfect country, that's just another goal. Wait, did I say that earlier? Well, I'm saying it now. We're going to make a perfect country for everyone. So in this role, women's role in the worldwide revolution, we're going to say that the participation of working women is necessary to achieve the revolution. And also it gives us the extra political power we need to attack the Shandong clique. Which is just a little bonus. Alright, so the war goal is now finished. So just looking at their lines, they're not gonna last long against me, as I'm a pro player basically, and the fact that they barely have a standing army. So I'm just gonna see how long this takes just to break through them. Wow, that was instant. You would have thought I was playing as them if they're losing like this. I don't even need the international volunteers. You see, this just shows that our country is the best and we're gonna win. And that was like less than a week. So after doing this, I'm pretty sure you get the first Congress or whatever it's called, and your focus tree will change. You also unlock a balance of power, which is going to be necessary for whoever you're trying to go with, whether it's totalist, radical socialist, you're going to have to make sure the balance of power is closer to whoever you want. So go through this, and so we get to the next step. And somehow in this game, the British beat the Afghans so hard, it's just another Dominion. How Empire's almost dead, yet they were able to take the graveyard of empires. That's how you know this game is just doesn't make sense sometimes. Also, you may see that if your army just randomly just completely shrinks after you win the league war, that's normal because, like I said, most of those people were just random farmers we handed guns and told to fight. So now they're back in the farms so we don't starve. Because, we can't be a good government if everyone's dead within the first year of us ruling this. Even though it may seem tempting to just go down the military tree just to get our army back to fighting as soon as possible, I'm actually going to decide to do a little bit of industry first. And according to people that are way better at this game than I, you should do industry first before you do political and stuff, yada yada. And since I'm planning on conquering this all, I guess I should listen to the professionals, which I'm pretty much soon to be. Oh, another reason why we should do this is because I forgot to mention we have no legitimacy as the party or a government. That gives a lot of negatives. But doing these, we can start to replace that with something actually good where the people don't hate us as much. Another news happening. Like I said, this game's weird. Ukraine's a kingdom, but it looks like it's about to collapse. This happens every once in a while. The Germans stole Crimea, and while the rest of Ukraine is about to basically go into a civil war and become socialist, it does have the chance of starting the World War 3 years early, which no one is prepared for, but I think the Germans may win. But it usually ends in a white peace before that. So, but let's hope for the sake of Ukraine, the Germans don't start a world war over this. Oh, and another reminder, make sure, after you won the League War, you're doing this focus tree, all that, make sure to start training up an army again, because you'll have 25,000 guns, so you can start building up your army again. And you don't want to just randomly be catched by surprise in case Japan or the Fang Tin government, or maybe even the Qing, start to try to invade you. Yeah, you're going to want an army for that. So with this focus I'm currently doing, and this other focus I just done, which gives me a spy agency, I think I'm going to start looking towards my military so we can pick off some of the lesser Chinese provinces here, like Guangxi and Hunan. But first, with this new spy I got, I know I'm going to be at war with the Qing sooner or later. So for right now, it's best if I spy on them, get all their info. It's just going to make the war easier. And I'm not going to stop spying on them until I have so much information I know what Po Yi ate for breakfast this morning. Then I'm going to attack them. So, right now I'm at a crossroads. When it comes to military, I can either look to the west or the legacy of the insurgency. And even though it's gonna push me closer to the chairman, I can always get rid of that simply because I want to look to the west for artillery, air, all of that, instead of just irregular infantry. So I'm gonna do that, look to the west, and once this is completed, I should be able to start complete the revolutionary mission, which will allow me to start invading other Chinese provinces. So let's hope this goes well. So we just done deal with the warlords, and that gives us option to force these minor countries to be our subjects. Now, I'm not sure how good we're going to be doing in a fight against people that can better defend themselves. I thought that was like a German soldier for a second. But I'm just going to say this is going to go well. Just in case, I'm going to take a short little save here. But in the end, I'm sure we're going to completely wipe the floor with them if they dare say no. And they said no. Well, that's going to be bad for them because the invasion begins now. We have our war goal, and let's see how this goes. So at first, it looks like they definitely weren't preparing for it. I guess the game didn't give them a notification that anything was going to be happening, which is lucky for us. So, just gonna swoop in, go behind the rivers, and start attacking. Only a few weeks in, we've killed a lot of them, and the casualties are in our favor. We've only lost like 550 people, and they lost 10,000. They should probably just surrender already. Please, they're gonna lose anyway, so why even bother? Yeah, one thing I didn't know, apparently none of these supply hubs are connected to the capital. That's probably why we haven't even won yet. So just when you're playing, if you decide to do this campaign, connect the supply hubs or it's going to be a real pain. And why is it and it's taking so long too? Well, I can't really believe this worked, but I just randomly decided to take a gamble and offer an alliance with the Hunan clique because, well, just because, I thought it would be good to have another person on here. And if not, I will have a war goal, speed up the process a bit. But they actually decided to join us and become our puppet, even though right now we couldn't do anything to force them. So that means we have another salmon-colored country in our ranks, and we can start attacking from a whole new direction. I had this extra army build. None of them have artillery because, look, we don't really have any artillery to give them. But it'll definitely be useful in thinning out the Guanxi lines. So, yeah, at this point, it's over. Right now, they're not in... Oh, wait, they are in the war. My soldiers need to hurry up and return home then. Or it's not gonna be too good. If my puppet surrenders before I even have a chance to get my soldiers out there, I will be super mad. But hopefully, that probably won't happen. It could, but I'm just gonna say it won't. Ooh, we're making a play for the capital. Will this work? Let's hope so. It may be not because our soldiers are moving pretty slow with no supply. But at the very least, we can get a few more encirclements, knock a few of their more of their men out of the war, and hopefully do that fast. Cause this one pocket, even though it's gone right now, it lasted for like 2-3 months. Well, maybe longer than that. I'm not sure. I lost track of... I don't know track of time in this game. But still, it should have been dead a long time ago. We really need to upgrade the army. But since this war started, I haven't really been doing that. I've just been doing industry. So we can connect the supply hubs because none of them are connected to each other. I wish I knew that before I started fighting, or I would have fixed that long beforehand. But either way, Guanxi is gonna be dead within a few weeks. Not sure if it's gonna help, but I'm gonna soon be able to demand the Yunnan clique to become my puppets, so let's hope they say yes. And wait, I forgot to say what may help. I'm improving relations with them. I may also do that with the Szechuan clique too. And we're more powerful than the Yunnan clique, so hopefully that also helps them in saying yes. And finally, after having to fight over this one small city for like 2 months maybe, they surrendered. And well, in this mod, you can't puppet or anything until after you annex it. So either way, you would have to annex it. But even if I did have a choice to puppet or annex, I would take it all because I can core it with political power. Are the decisions up yet? Yup. So if you want to be like super min-maxy, you can just check to see which provinces have the most people or the most industry. But I just do it in order of what they show up as. And now I'm going to try to find more focuses that give me political power so I can speed up and take down these two before I have to take down the Qing, who are like the biggest threat and the former emperor of China. So we're going to have to liberate the people living in their borders. Make sure not to forget this research slot. Well, you're gonna need research. I'm definitely gonna need it because you only start out with 2. This country, it's so hard to become a world power in the beginning, especially if you're not good like me. And by good like me, I don't mean like you're good and I'm good. I mean you're not good and I'm not good. So if you're any of those, get the research slot. I mean, even if you are super good, you're gonna want to get it because having no research is not that good, to be honest. Who would have known? Well, yeah, something unexpected happened, and the Yunnan clique has just declared war on us. So, yeah, I was not prepared for that at all. Their army is like way smaller than ours, and we also have our puppets, so we'll be able to. This isn't going to be a hard war. No, I should have probably looked into it more, and I would have done this all way before. Oh yeah, I was just waiting for the political power. I mean, I guess it saves me time. It saves me political power. It saves me everything. So I think, yeah, this was actually a good thing that they decided to become stupid. And instead of attacking someone around their size, they attack the person that currently has 200 million people and the most industry out of pretty much everyone. It's not saying a lot because it is China during the early 20th century, but hey, I'm still better than them, and I'm gonna make them regret attacking me. Yeah, I think I've just been getting really lucky because again, the Szechuan clique has just decided to also be my puppet. You know what that means? Well, we'll be able to integrate them later, and we can expand the war. So now, yeah, Yunnan will not be able to hold back against this such large front, and we'll be able to deal with them. Hopefully, way faster than it was starting to seem like. Cause, yeah, like I said way early in the video, there's no supply and it's all mountains. You probably could have been fighting here until the next Weltkrieg. Oh, that's what they call the World War in this mod, by the way. Finally, we may be able to get some supplies with this new supply hub. It's not connected to us, but we may be able to use. We have enough factories to start building railway. Wait. 5 consumer good factories. We have 13 in total. Why are we only getting 4 to build? Yeah. Sometimes I feel like even though I have like 1,000 hours in this game, I have no idea how anything works. That may just be paradox. Just making fun of me personally. Once this place falls, we'll finally be able to take this decision to start coring this. They took like a bit of it at the very beginning of the war. Even though they only took like one or two of these small counties, I think they're called or whatever. I was not able to get any more cores on this. I was able to get the rest of it, but majority of these states not be able to get until right now. But now I'm gonna have to wait for even longer to get more political power to do even more coring on these guys because they refuse to join us. And I'm only making 0.44 a day, so yeah, we'll get to fighting the Qing eventually. For doctrine, we're going with the tried and true superior firepower. According to the internet, it's the best, and I wanted to use artillery anyway, so we're going with it. I just don't know how much artillery we'll be able to make, considering our trouble with amount of factories. The trouble being that we only have 10. We really need to end this war fast, because I just got a event or something saying that the Qing are planning on attacking us soon. So if I have to redo this campaign just because of the Qing, I mean, just because of these people won't die, I'm gonna be so mad. Right, Blue Army, force attack, take the capital, please. They're reinforcing you. Oh no. No, no, no. Let, um, let's see, what can I do about this? What can I do? Alright, plan. It looks like they have like, maybe like around 50 soldiers. So I'm just gonna retreat from this. They didn't declare war on my puppet. So I'm gonna retreat from this, defend from my territory, and hopefully just survive. If not, good thing I have a save reloaded. Alright, it may not be over yet. The Fengtian government has just declared war on the Qing. So now they have to fight from the north and south, and the Qing and the Fengtian are going to be supported by the Japanese. So it may not be over yet. The Qing has started to be attacked even more. It's going to be a pain to re-defeat Yunnan, but at the very least, we may survive this. We now have cores on all our land, so the Qing are gonna have to push all the way down to Guangxi to make us surrender. And if push comes to shove, we can always call in our puppets. So one update: the Fengtian government is so close to Beijing right now, and that hopefully will make the old Qing government decide to, Egypt, Yemen, Hijaz, Syria, and fun fact, I have never seen them win this at all. I've played this mod so many times, and not once have the Ottomans ever won. Oh, and they have to go against Iran too? Yeah, unless something wild happens like Russia declaring war on Iran and the rest of. Oh, even if that happened, they wouldn't get beaten, or the Ottomans wouldn't win. So, feel bad for them. But now I just have to continue focusing on my country. And look, we're pushing. I know I'm going to defeat the Fengtian government sooner or later, but I'm just so happy that this isn't as bad as I thought it would be. So there's focuses like this that give you like small bonuses to attack for like a while. This one gives us a bonus for an entire year, which is going to be useful considering everything we're going through right now. I'm so happy I decided to wait to use it until now because it looks like we're going to need it because it looks the Shangji clique may be surrendering soon. So that means they can put more soldiers on the border with us, which means it's going to be even harder to start attacking more. I made a small breakthrough, but it seems like this can definitely help. If you ever do something like this, you have to exploit it to the max. So it looks like I'll be able to take a supply hub and get closer to this other one, building a railroad, so I can eventually connect it to my own supply. So this campaign, not over yet. Got the supply hub and the encirclement on them. The Qing did not know who they were messing with. I'm just super excited that this is working. And our allies in Feng Tian have just taken Beijing. The Qing is already halfway to surrendering. So, bad news. The Feng Tian government has just formed a faction, and that faction now had and then that faction now has the Yunnan clique who we were at war with. So that's bad, but it's not the worst thing that could ever happen, because all we have to do is try to rush and take down Feng Tian, and we may have a chance to win. And if we knock them out, then we get pretty much all of China. So, it's a gamble. Well, can it really be considered a gamble if we didn't have a choice? But either way, this may be a blessing in disguise. We may get China way faster than we thought we would. I just have to hope that my puppets can defend themselves for a little bit, because I will not be able to defend them right now. Alright, so update on the war. So, it looks like Feng Tian is pretty spread out thin. So are we, but a little less so. So like we did with Yunnan in the beginning, we're just gonna hold the line, pretend that the Qing don't exist, and we're pushing. And it looks like we're pretty close to Beijing, actually. And hopefully if we conquer that, there'll be basically none of them will have supply. And if none of them have supply, then they won't be able to do anything. But I'm not sure if I have enough soldiers. The guns are completely down the toilet. I don't have many factories, but I do think I have enough that maybe I could start buying guns. But with our current economy law that we can't get off of, unequal treaties, we're not going to be able to do much. The only good thing is we don't have to touch our conscription law, because we're China. We're never going to run out of people to enlist, because we have the most people in the world. So, but all these other places are also China. So basically, what I'm saying is probably a lot of people are going to die. We have just cut off the rest of China from Manchuria, which is where the Feng Tian is. So, if we do this, we may be able to push directly into Manchuria, force all of China to surrender, and we'll be able to even do proclaiming the people's... Where is it? We may be able to form the Republic of China. Oh, the Mongols. It looks like we can also get the Mongols. Let's hope they say yes. Come on, come on. The Feng... Yeah. So the Feng Tian capital just fell. So they're getting closer to surrendering. And, well, because they're the leader of the faction, the only major. If we force them to surrender, then their entire faction surrenders too. And that entire faction is the rest of China. Pretty much. Just besides Xinjiang, but they aren't a threat at all. So, if this... we may get pretty much everything for free. So we've just taken their new cap. Are you... And then all of a sudden the Japanese come here too? You know what? I'm just gonna claim that... I'm just gonna say that we're still gonna win this, just like in the base game, I'm pretty sure the only thing you need to make the Japanese surrender is to not what's the word? Oh, so make sure they don't have any land on mainland Asia, which won't be too hard. But the thing is, we have to worry about naval invasions, and we do not have a navy. So let's just hope we last long enough to. We're gonna send some soldiers down to try to take the ports in Korea. And we'll just have to see what happens from there. Because it's so close how much the Feng Tin are to losing. I'm pretty sure if we take one more core city of theirs, they'll lose permanently. Come on. Q here. Come on. Yes! And simply put, that's how you do it. I know, professional. So now I get pretty much all of China. We still have to finish off the Qing. And we're going to have to fight them for this land, but that doesn't matter because, we're going to be killing them pretty soon. But my heart is racing after that battle. But we won't have much time to calm down because we're going to have to take everything. So with this, we're going to quickly take out what's left of the Qing. How many army? They still have too big of an army. This may... Alright, so I'm just gonna do something like this. Start attacking. But for right now, we really have to focus on the Japanese. Because the Qing, they don't have many guns or anything. They won't be the largest threat. Because again, that's the Japanese. The Japanese have more soldiers than us, more guns than us, more everything than us. So, but luckily for us, we just have to kick them out of Korea, China, and hopefully they don't have any guards out, and then we may be able to force a surrender from them. But I'm just gonna save my game just in case. Defeating the enemy, defeating those people allow me to get more guns and stuff, so I can finally make a new, well, not exactly a full new army, but enough to hopefully guard the coast a little bit. And down in Korea, they haven't like flooded it with soldiers or anything yet, but they're probably gonna try to. So we're gonna put this. Oh, it's already on aggressive. So yeah, we just have to move down. And I bet none of you had guessed I'm not using a script for this, so I'm just that much of a natural. Yeah, I think I may have just accidentally did a white piece with the Qing, but I think that was a genius move on my part because it started to seem like there was no way we were going to be able to beat the Japanese on our own, especially while fighting the Qing. So doing this, we'll be able to fight off the Japanese, and use us and the Great Qing will work together for now. But they won't give me military access. We're supposed to be working together. And now part of my army's just stuck in this random province in the middle of them. If the how many soldiers do the Japanese have? Yeah, that's not gonna be fun to fight at all. Oh, it looks like it automatically formed the Chinese United Front. It took them long enough. I thought I wouldn't be able to do anything the entire war. So now we can just move in our entire army to kick the Japanese out of Korea. Together with all of us together, it's going to be pretty good. Oh, and we can finally fix some of our army a little more. I just hope we can deal with the Qing. But now that we're in a faction, we actually can see all their information. They have 400. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I need to play catch up. Looks like we may be able to get volunteers from Germany and stuff, cause the German-Japanese war just started. So yeah, there's no way the Japanese will be able to fight both us and the Germans. But the Germans themselves look not in the best spot, considering they are surrounded on all sides, which is normal, but they've also lost Ukraine. So it may not be as good as we hoped, but if the Third International take these provinces that are in the Reichspakt, the German faction, they may give it to us. Or the war will continue on long after we fight the Japanese, and then we can just go in last second and seize all of them, including Macau, which is owned by the Portuguese, who are in the Entente and who will hopefully lose the war no matter what. So we can just swoop in and take that too. So, surprisingly, the Japanese have not even tried a single naval invasion, and we've almost completely taken Korea. So that means the Qing will continue to have Manchuria, we'll get Taiwan, and then we're gonna have to start a war with the Qing again. But now we know we have more soldiers than them, and so this may be better than we first thought it was gonna be. Of course, as soon as I say anything good, now it looks like the Mongolians are going to be attacking us. And that's like the same event for the Qing, so it's probably going to be happening within a week or two. But I'm just probably going to I may be able to just get the Qing to help me deal with them too. If not, it's just more of China I have to get in line and control before any uprisings or anything like that happens. Oh, Fate of Tibet. What? Yeah, I don't know why they think we would just give it up. I can get cores on it, so I'm not just gonna give up Tibet. Because why would I? I get cores. But other than that, I had no idea what's been happening for this entire campaign. It looks like the Mongols weren't attacking me. They're attacking Xinjiang. Which, I'm actually completely fine with. Because if they're attacking Xinjiang, they're not attacking me. And if push comes to shove, I can always just attack Mongolia myself. It wouldn't be that hard. Wait, I just have to see how... I say that a lot. But it looks like this actually won't be too hard because we have the same amount of soldiers. And we can push in from the more developed sides of China. The Japanese are reinvading from up here. You know what? We've been taking up way too much supply down in Korea anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take... What army is this? The Blue Army to come up and push back the Japanese up here. And I'll take this army to try to fight off the Mongols. And we'll see what happens from there. Looks like we don't have to push them out the entire way. Because it looks like in only 100 days, the Japanese will see that they aren't going to win this war. So instead of pushing, I'm just going to hold because I have the people to hold these lines, but not the manpower or guns because my industry still isn't that good. I've been building nothing but factories this entire time, and it's still not. Oh, I could have been gone to free trade a long time ago. If I knew that, that would have made things so much easier. Well, no, I know now, and now y'all know. So, yeah. I got a notification from Mongolia invading. Well, my faction's already at war. Oh! No, no, no. Well, I guess it was a good thing I got that notification because I did not notice the Japanese were currently attacking me. It's not affecting the fading sun, but it's still not good to have the enemy directly in your capital. And in other news, I'm trying to. It looks like right here it's weak, so I may be able to encircle all the Japanese soldiers in Korea. Because if they lose this port, they won't have any supply, and it'll be super easy to kill them all. Didn't look like that's gonna actually work though. But to be honest, it didn't really need to work. Because again, we're so close to surviving the Japanese invasion. Yeah, these army. Yeah, don't attack too much if you don't have to. Because that's how you end up 10,000 guns in debt. The Mongols declared war on us, which doesn't really matter. But what does matter is we may be able to get the Xinjiang clique as our puppet. We can do this because of that focus we did earlier, yada yada. But if they accept, then the Qing will be all alone when we finally invade them. So, they actually accepted. So pretty much all of China is now under my control, as it should be. And while when the Mongols are taken out, the Japanese are dead, then we'll be able to finally strike at the main enemy, the Qing. But we have to check. They have 56 soldiers. Well, no, I have 56. They have 59. But I have all my puppets. This is working better than I thought. All right, the fading sun is happening in only a few days. Wait, let's look at the casualties real quick. Against the Japanese, the Chinese have lost 307,000 against their 600,000. So that's pretty much 1,000,000 people dead. We also lost our capital, which, was not good. But now that the fading sun has happened, what's the effect? Yes! We won, and we got Korea. So, that's definitely something to be happy about. And now, we're going to prepare to invade the Qing. How many soldiers does the Mongols have? But not after we beat the Mongols, hopefully. But that's great. This is going great. Yeah, the supply is as bad as I thought it would be. So it's probably gonna drag on forever getting down to Mongolia. But at least it gives me more time to build up my own forces and stuff. I modified my template some. Not sure if it's good, but it could be worse. The only thing is I can't change my soldiers to that template because, well, no guns. But why would I need guns if I have 2,000,000 people I can just throw into the front lines? This is simply modern tactics that no one has figured out yet. The Mongol capital just fell, and they're still not close to surrendering. No, I always hate having to fight in Asia, like like anywhere in Asia, because there's no supplies, and you're just gonna have to be marching a long time. But I have to be honest, this time going through it, I don't really mind, because I felt like I was about to have a heart attack with how much the Japanese war was happening. I It looks like this country's still on the brink of collapse even after everything that's happened so far. And even after Mongolia, that's not the end, because we're going to have to take down the Qing. But from the looks of it, that may not be hard, because none of these are cores of them. So hopefully it stays that way, so we can just go in, take this land, instantly surrender. Well, they surrender, not us. Alright, one more step closer to, unifying China. But when it comes to this, I just hope you'll be able to get anything, because, well, the Qing, they did most of the work for this. But I'm gonna see, hopefully, if since I took the capital where the capital is, I'll be able to release the puppet, and the Qing will just hand over the land. So, I mean, we can at least try it. I'm not sure if it's glitched or not, but the United Front just will not collapse. Looked it up, apparently after the war, it's supposed to dissolve, but it's not dissolving. So I'm just gonna use a little trickery, aka the consul, and I'm gonna fix that and prepare for the war. Looks like the Qing were coming after me, which is good. So even though I started trying to get the war goal, I won't use the war goal. I'm gonna let them attack me, because when you're in a defensive war, you get a bonus, and I want that bonus to war support, because yeah, it's not high. Oh, now it is, thanks to the bonus. The Qing, we outnumber them with our allies, so we're gonna call them all in. They have like what, 60? I shouldn't have called in Korea, but forget it anyway. So they have like 69, 70, and we have more than that. So let's hope our little puppet over here will clean up the rest of Western Mongolia. We ain't defending this front because it's not cores. And next stop, Beijing. In a very short time, we have just taken the capital, Beijing. And that with also the little bit of things we've taken are making them already like halfway to surrendering. Of course, we are almost out of gun. Well, we are entirely out of guns, so we can't train any new soldiers. But we have enough soldiers in the field that we can just hold on and hope that once we defeat the Qing, they have a lot of guns for us to take. I'm pretty sure they shouldn't be getting any supply, because their capital is over here. There are no rails connecting that to the rest over here, because we've taken them. Oh, wait, we didn't take them all. But it's still safe to say they have little no supply. They're still only halfway done. I mean, this war has only been going on for a few months, but we won't be able to advance anything besides a few extra bonuses here until we beat them. And I mean, I guess I can start trying to build a navy, but the thing is, I have no idea how that works in this game, so hopefully the Qing have one we can steal. Well, I was thinking that all the Qing cores were down here, because I checked the main state in Manchuria, It wasn't a core then, but it is now. The Qing are still super close to dying, but the only way they'll fully die is if we march all the way north. So let's hope we'll make it. We have marched all the way to Manchuria, and it finally forced them to surrender. So for now, I did it. China's united, but that took way, way too long. So now that we did that, I'm gonna skip this because I think that was tank designs, and I'm not doing tanks. But now I can. Now I'm gonna start the next con. Was it supposed to do that? Does it? I'm just gonna go down the focus tree until something else happens now. And well, one thing I almost missed. Now that we've conquered all of China directly under us, or by our puppets, we can now form the Republic of China. The white sun rises. I don't want to read all this, but every time something happens, it gets even worse. I need so much political power now. Yeah, I don't I don't think I've ever seen the Greeks remake the Roman Empire, but I mean I got what I'm doing is relatively possible. I wonder if that would survive in real life. So we fought over almost 6 years have passed in the game. We went from one of the smallest places in China to the largest, and we're starting the third repatriated Congress. I'm pretty sure this chooses who our leader will be for the end game, and in that end game, we still have to target the Germans and the Japanese once again, so we can take all the port cities down here, Taiwan, and Tianjin. No, Tianjin. So now the third Congress is over. We still have a lot of things to rebuild and stuff, as you can see by all these decisions. But this has already been going on for a while. I'm pretty sure I've been recording for like definitely more than 2 hours now, maybe 3 or 4. And this video is getting way too long, so I'm gonna end it now. May do a part 2 if people like this video. But one thing's for sure, I'm definitely gonna be making more videos now, and hope people enjoy them. Thanks for watching, and bye.